Hey guys, this is Tarot with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot, and today is day 22 of Ethidy's hashtag 31 Days of Tarot 2021. And the prompt for today asks us, if we were on a deserted island, which 5 tarot or oracle decks would we have? Yes, it's that question that comes up from time and time again. If we were on a deserted island, if the house was on fire, we could only take 1 or 2 oracle decks, or if we only were able to read with a certain 5 decks for the rest of our lives. Okay, so yes, this question, these types of questions tend to come up a lot. And it always seems to be most difficult for people who have more than just a handful of decks, okay? I don't really consider myself a deck collector. Yes, I have a lot of decks. I have like just a hair under like 300, and some people are like, but I've just, I guess, naturally collected some decks over the course of a long period of time, but it wasn't with the intention of I must collect decks. It's more, oh, that's some beautiful artwork, and you get 78 pieces of beautiful artwork, and I feel like I would be able to do some fabulous readings with those. It helps me to see things in a certain light, things a little bit differently, hence all the different pieces of artwork, because I get a variety of readings and it adds to my vocabulary. But with that question, if we were on a deserted island, which I don't know why I'd put myself on a deserted island with my decks, unless I wanted to get away from it all, which is true too, and then I too could have a volleyball named Wilson that would be my bestie forever. Actually, no, the kittens would come with me. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we'd all be on a little boat. They'd have like their little life vests. But okay, I digress. The 5 decks that I have chosen. I have 2 oracle decks and 3 tarot decks that I would bring. So 5 in total for my deserted island vacay or trip or permanency. I'm not quite sure. And the first one is in this little pouch here. It's a little green pouch. But it is the Steampunk Tarot by Barbara Moore. And here we got the backs here. And so this wasn't my very first deck, but it was one of the first few decks I ever had, because the Enchanted Tarot, the Enchanted Tarot was my very first deck. And then after that, it was the Osho Zen. And then I believe this one was the third one. But you could see it's got all kinds of like chipping on the edges, and I love it. I think the more worn decks are, the cooler they are. So some people try to keep them super pristine, which I do. Like, I try to treat my decks really nice, but if they get chipping and all that stuff, I'm not going to hate on them. In fact, I love them even more, because that means that I have loved them so much. But yeah, this just has always offered really great readings. I feel like it just always speaks to me personally, and it's always very kind. When I do the client readings, not kind as in just giving them what they want to hear, but presenting things in such a way that it's not off-putting, so that they're more able to take it in and go on their healing journey. Okay, the next one is actually an oracle deck, and that is the medicine cards, which I keep in here. These are the animal medicine cards, and you guys might recognize these, this cool lightning back here, which has really cool significance to it. But they're super simple. Basically, you just have an animal and the animal's name. The guidebook is actually, it's a book. It's a legit book that I keep in my bookcase, and I love to just reference it from time to time, separate from the deck, because I do work with animal medicine. And what's interesting is, today when I sent out a package, somebody just bought my salve, one of my salves, which, by the way, I have some more Goddess of the Rose salves. Like, I just made a brand new batch. So if you're interested. Well, I packaged it up, and I always put a sticker on the front of the person's package. And I just pull from my like bank of stickers that I have, and the sticker that I pulled out was actually a moose. And so then when I was pulling out this deck to, say, oh, this is the one that I'm going to be using for my video today, like the card that pops out is the moose card. And so now I know, like, for sure, like, moose medicine is coming in. And so I'm going to do a little bit of reading on that, like some book reading, and kind of sitting with that and seeing how that could aid me. But I love like working with animals in that way. Animals just in the the term, you know, because there's like insects and there's like, you know, all kinds of, you know, other things that kind of go into that category. So yeah, I definitely the animal medicine cards is coming with me when I decide I'm leaving everything behind and I'm going to a deserted island, and I'm going to be making friends with my friend Wilson. Okay, the next one is a tarot deck, and that is the Star Power Tarot. I've already mentioned it in this 31 Days of Tarot probably a couple of times, and I've mentioned it on and off kind of throughout the years. But this one is by Charlie Quintero of Sad Sick Girls. You could just go to that website there. But I mean, this one is my soul deck. Like seriously, I mean, I love all of my decks, and I'm not bad mouthing them because sometimes I feel like they can hear me and they think I'm bad mouthing them, and I'm not bad mouthing them. You know, but this one just is me. I mean, I guess I'm kind of dressed like this deck. But yeah, it's just, you know, they spit truth, and sometimes the truth hurts with this deck, but because I know it feels like it's coming from a best friend, I know that that best friend has my best interest at heart, is not trying to hurt me in any way, and therefore I can take it. Like I can take the sometimes very, very cut to the chase messages that I get, but I love it for that. Like, please, like, don't BS me. Like, tell me what's up so I can fix it, you know? And that's what this deck offers me. Plus it's just like, I mean, super beautiful. I mean, the colors and the art just, I don't know, it just all jives with me. Okay, let's see. Moving on, the last tarot deck that I have, if I'm on my deserted island, is the Tarot de la Nuit, and that is by Alexandra Vibach and Carol Ann Escansi. And so I know there are some people that have issues with this deck, but I don't know. This is just like a super fantasy type deck. Like these are just interesting characters, you know. But I like a lot. Okay, so I have some like really bright, fluffy unicorn rainbow type decks because that's one half of my personality, and then the other half of my personality is like dark and shadows and, you know, all of that. So I guess that's kind of like my Gemini nature, or just my dual nature that I have. But I'm like both. Like it's like quite contrasting, you know. I'm very light on one side and very dark on the other. So it's like, you know, you got unicorn pooping rainbows on one side, and then you got, you know, Barnabas from Dark Shadows, you know, on the other. So yeah, I love the imagery in this deck. I just dig it. It's like a little movie or story or something that I'm watching. But yeah. Okay, the very last one that I have to share with you guys is an oracle deck. And oh, look who just walked in the room. Hey, Wally. My Wally's World Oracle. This little boy here is this little boy here. Actually, this is when he was a kitten, so that's why he was much lighter. But I am not going anywhere without my Wally's World Oracle. So this is one that I made, of course. I mean, it's not like somebody just stole my kitten's picture and put it on a deck. But yeah, I am definitely taking my Wally's World with me to my deserted island. It not only has, well, here's my backing here with one of my roses, but it has pictures that I've taken of my personal sacred spots, but also people in our community. So this is a community created deck. So it's like I'm taking you guys with me, you know, to my little deserted island. So I just love the healing messages that come through. I do read it intuitively. The guidebook is very sparse because I do want people to really rely on their intuition. I think that there's such a large amount of time, or many times that I hear people just waffling with their own intuition. And I feel like if more people just really trusted their own gut, like how powerful we would really be, you know? But yeah, I love this. You know, all of these pictures are from myself, from people all around the world, actually, hence why it's Wally's World. Of people saying, hey, this spot is sacred to me, and then you can pull from that energy through this healing portal of roses, so it's completely safe, and you can tap into that energy. You can receive those messages from these spots all over the world, and you don't need a plane ticket, you know. So actually my best friend took that one. That one's in Belgium. But yeah, and took that at the Vatican when I was in Rome, so the Vaticina in Roma. But yeah, so anyway, those are my answers. If I was on a deserted island, these would totally be my 5 decks. So yeah, if I ever disappear, you guys know that I've gone to my deserted island. I've decided to take off, and I'm taking these 5 decks with me. And I'm bringing a volleyball named Wilson. It's a Wilson volleyball. And he's going to be my buddy. And maybe my kittens are coming. I'm not sure. But anyway, I hope you guys dug this, and if you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to click subscribe, and don't forget to click that ding 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 notification bell for more videos just like this. And if you want to catch a reading from me, head over to www.kittensweightsandtarot.com. Have a lot of different kinds of readings, and also in my Etsy shop, which is also linked down below, I have my Wally's World, just in case you are interested. But I have a host of other things that I make, and one of those being bracelets and salves, which I was mentioning earlier, and stuff like that. But yeah, so check out all the links are down below. I have my Leon Mystery School, in case you're wondering how you might be able to expand your spiritual knowledge, your esoteric knowledge. I teach Mayan astrology, but there's a lot of other courses from other fabulous teachers in the community. I have my Patreon down below. I also have, snail mail. So I have my mailing address. So in case you want to just write up, say, what's up, homie? You know, you can send me a postcard. You can send the boys a postcard, you know, Wally or Loki. But anyway, so I will catch you tomorrow. All right. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out.